Hallo, mein Name ist Cliff und das ist Leben mit MS. Ja, exciting news this morning. Actually, it's about a week old, but there is this crazy new study that came out that talks all about twins. Ja, das Twins ist gut, ja? Ja, ja. It was performed by Ludwig Maximilian University und Munich, and it is really fascinating because, as we all know, for some reason, our guts are pretty much tied to our MS. If we eat like crap, we feel like crap, we have relapses and blah, blah, blah. But I think this study goes beyond that and it talks about around the cause of multiple sclerosis and gut microbiome. Well, they recruited 81 sets of twins in this. Oh, meine Güte, das ist heiß. Twins are a researcher's wet dream, and I'll tell you why. Well, at least one reason why. I could think of a couple. The reason identical twins are awesome is because they are, in fact, identical and they have identical gene structures and all this stuff. So if one has MS and the other one doesn't, then what does that mean? Well, it kind of narrows it down to potential environmental factors that caused that MS. All right, so let's dig into this study a little bit and see how it was done. They took 81 pairs of identical twins, where one twin had MS and the other one did not. Then they analyzed the gut bacteria of these twins and found something interesting. Of the 51 different bacteria types that varied between the twins, they honed in on two specific types that were most common in the twins with MS. Now, let's get nerdy and talk about what bacteria these were. And the two key players were identified as, and I'm going to try this, Eisenbergiglia Eisenbergiglia Tei. I'll link it in the description below. Eisenbergiglia Tei and Clostridium. Say that 3 times fast. Don't worry too much about the names. Think of them as potential suspects in the MS mystery. We're going to find you, man. We're going to find you. We're coming for you, MS. All right, so let's take a step further and see if these bacteria could actually influence the disease. And yes, I'm reading some of this because there's a lot here. The researchers did something quite remarkable. They transferred the gut microbes into some of the mice that were specifically bred to be susceptible to MS-like conditions. And what did they find? The mice that received gut microbes from the twins with MS were more likely to develop the MS-like disease. Oh, man. But how would you know if a mouse has optic neuritis? It's not like he can tell you. Or maybe they have genetically modified mice that can talk now. Huh? And maybe they are talking in the lab and they're just not telling us. Okay, so then the mice that received the gut microbes from the twins with MS were more likely to develop MS-like disease. Okay, by carefully analyzing which microbes were present in the mice that got sick, they were able to link back to those specific bacteria, which I mentioned before. And I'm going to try it again. Eisenbergiglia Tei and Clostridium as likely contributors. Now, obviously, there's still a lot that needs to be done. But I, for one, believe there is a huge connection between gut bacteria and MS, at least at a patient level, because I have to be so careful with what I eat now. Last night, I went to a support group meeting and it was a potluck. I didn't touch any of the food because I didn't want to be wrecked today. That's how specific my diet is at this point. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. So there is a link from dealing with MS and gut things to possibly having gut things and getting MS. Maybe. Now that's crazy. And that would explain a lot, possibly. Now, this doesn't mean that bacteria are the only cause of MS, or that everyone with these microbes will get this disease. Now, obviously, MS is much more complicated than that, but the study provides compelling evidence that these particular gut bacteria might act as environmental triggers, particularly in the individuals who may already have genetic predispositions. So the connection between the gut and the brain, often called the gut-brain axis, I didn't know that until just reading this a second ago, is a really hot area of research right now. And from what I know, it's actually very important in a lot of autoimmune research, like things like lupus. One idea is that the imbalances in the gut bacteria could somehow rev up the immune system, leading it to attack the nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord, which is what happens in multiple sclerosis. You know, that whole myelin sheath thing and like the lesion thing, and it just, yeah. And of course, it's important to remember that this study was moved from humans into a mouse model, and I'm pretty sure that mice are very different from humans. And so obviously, we still have a lot of research to do. So imagine the therapies that could evolve out of this research. I mean, it could fix a lot of problems early on in the game. Like, what if we got tested the second we came out of the womb and they're like, oh, this dude or this girl are going to, or these twins are going to have issues if maybe we don't fix this gut bacteria imbalance from the get go. So this is very exciting, and I'm hopeful that something is going to come of this. So the researchers in this study noted that while the results point to bacteria playing a crucial role in the environmental triggers, more studies are definitely needed to build on these findings that they currently have. So we're not ready to say that gut bacteria is responsible or the cause of MS, but the study adds a significant piece to the puzzle, highlighting a powerful and complex relationship between our internal microbial world and our overall health. And it's also a clear reminder to take care of ourselves, and that the gut microbiome could have a far-reaching benefit if we know how to manipulate it and, eat right, treat ourselves right. Until next time, that's the news for now. This stuff is getting very exciting. I'm Cliff. This is Life with MS. And how do you say I'm out in German? You think I would know this?
Out?
Aus? Oh, ich aus. I think I got that wrong.